Hey guys, we are trying to get everything set up, so give us just a couple seconds for us to share our video on our page. All right, so when you hop on, say hi. We're trying to get adjusted. The kids are being a little crazy. We just picked up our groceries at Walmart grocery pickup, so it's a little crazy around here. Hey, Angela. So today we're going to talk about the 13 rookie mistakes that you don't want to make at Disney. This is just our opinion.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not like
ironclad.
Oh no, like the 13 rules of Disney. So these are just our opinions.
It may not apply to everyone.
They may not apply to everybody.
Every trip is different.
Hey, Ashley. So just our opinions. Feel free to leave your comments. Tell us what you think. If you've been to Disney before, you can drop some of your comments as well. So we're just excited to do another video. Anything? We have our helper over here with us. The baby is still awake. It's supposed to be nap time, but he's eating. So we might have to pause here and there. But anyway, we'll get started. So the first...
these aren't in any particular order, too. We didn't like number one's the most critical and 13's the least. I mean, we just wrote them down randomly. So
yeah, just 13 that we think are important.
Yep.
So rookie mistake number one is not planning. Disney is not somewhere that you can just say, oh, I think I want to go to Disney next week. Let's go.
I mean, you can.
You could.
But if you're wanting to get the most out of the trip, and especially if you've never been before or it's not something, I mean, if you lived in Florida and you're just like, yeah, I'm going to go this weekend, it's fine. You get to go all the time. But if you're trying to make sure you ride the rides you want to ride, make sure you get to see the shows you want to see or eat the places you want to eat, you have to plan.
Yes, you do. So I feel like that's rookie mistake number one. It's just not planning.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got dining reservations at a particular park, you got to make sure you get your fast passes at that park that day. You know, you got to plan to be there. You can't get fast passes at Epcot and dining at Hollywood Studios. I mean, you can, but it's just going to be more difficult and trying to fit more in your day. Park hopping.
Yeah. Want to do number two?
Yeah. Number two is not staying on property. This is not, I mean, a hard and fast one, but in our opinion, there's enough benefits to staying on property to make it worthwhile. It's a little bit more expensive, but you get just a ton of benefits.
You do.
And some of the benefits will be later on our list here, but you get free transportation to the parks, and then a lot of the other hotels not on property have free transportation to the parks, but they don't have the bus system that Disney has. You're never going to wait longer than 20 minutes for a bus most times. They run buses every 20 minutes to the parks consistently.
Yeah. When we went to Disneyland, we did not stay on property because I went for a work trip. So we just happened to pop over to Disneyland while we were there. And there was a shuttle that went back and forth, but you had to pay like $6 a person to ride the shuttle. And that's not something that you have to do at Disney World or Disneyland when you stay on property. And I know you're probably thinking like $6, woo. But if you're staying for 8 days and you're park hopping or whatever, like $6 per person per day can add up pretty quickly. So just
yeah, and I mean, there's other benefits too. If you stay on property, you get the Magical Express. Well, it's free transportation from the airport to the hotel. They take your luggage for you, so you don't have to go to bag claim. You just get off the plane in Orlando, pile on a bus, head to your resort. Your bags aren't always there for you when you get to your resort. Sometimes it's later that afternoon. The last time we went, our bags were there. When we got to our room, it was pretty awesome.
It was so fast. Like we checked in and we met the guy for my scooter, and I think we checked out the gift shop just real quick. We just kind of ran through it and we're like, let's go find our room. And our bags were already in there. It was pretty awesome. It was fast.
You get a magic band that ties into your room.
could be dangerous.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of perks to staying on property, and there's 3 levels of resorts on property. So I mean, you don't have to stay at the deluxe to get all the perks. You get the same perks at the
value resorts.
Value resorts, yeah, and those are really not far off from what you're going to pay, or some ways they're cheaper than what you'll pay at some of the surrounding hotels. So
if you take into consideration, transportation to your hotel, or if you're renting a car and then your parking and all of that, we just really think that it's better to stay on property. Magical Express.
Yeah, now Disney did just add parking fees if you drive to Disney.
And
that just happened this year. So, I mean, that is one thing that went away. You do have to pay for parking now daily at the resorts. But if you flew in, it's not an issue.
Hop on the Magical Express. It's amazing. Like, you have your 30-minute ride or however long to get to your resort, and they just play videos that tell you about Disney and about your trip and old Disney cartoons. It's just really fun. So it's an experience all in itself. So rookie mistake number 3 is not booking your dining reservations 180 days out. Those reservations become open 6 months in advance. And I'm usually up like early in the morning. I've already got it all planned out to get our reservations. If you're not a foodie and you're not planning on spending any time really at restaurants, then this might not apply to you. But if you want to eat at Cinderella's Castle, which is the best food, I think, at Magic Kingdom, just throwing that in. That's a little extra. No extra fee for that one.
Not Raglan Road.
I mean, whatever. Anyway. But if you have a certain place that you want to go, you definitely want to book that in advance. If you do not, there's chances that you're not going to be able to get to eat there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of restaurants you can walk right up to. We did it at Yak and Yeti at our last one, but it was like an hour and 40 minutes by the time we got to see it without a reservation.
For the 2 of us.
Yeah, just for 2 of us. That's not a family. But there are some restaurants that are in such high demand, like Be Our Guest. If you don't have a reservation, don't even bother. You're not going to get in. I mean, it's difficult to even get the reservation. But you can get into most of them without a reservation, but you're going to spend so much time of your trip waiting to get into the restaurants, whereas you make the reservations, you're usually in 15, 20 minutes. It's just the smart way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, even at, like he said, Be Our Guest, we did have a reservation. We still waited like 30 minutes to get our table. I mean, it was still a long wait. So definitely make those reservations, because if you didn't have one, you might wait for 2 hours.
And if you're not sure what restaurants, do a little research. We made a calendar the week we were there and wrote down what we wanted and put in some second choices if we couldn't get reservations to what we wanted, so that when the time came that we were able to make it, they're some, especially for the hard to get restaurants, they go real fast. The time's fast, so it's good to have that plan laid out. This is what I want. If I can't get that, this is what I want, and you know what days you're going to be in which part.
And if you make a breakfast reservation before the park opens, you get to be in the park before anybody else is there. So if rope drops at 9:00 and your breakfast reservation at the Crystal Palace is at 8:30, you get to walk into the park with nobody else really around you other than people that have reservations. You can't get on any rides and you can't really do anything, but it's just kind of nice to be in and get to see things without people, maybe get some pictures of the castle and Main Street, just being able to kind of see those things without the whole crowd being around you.
Empty Disney, we can tell you from experience. Experience. It is amazing. It is an experience of its own.
Yes.
Let's see, which one are we on? Number
4.
Number 4, rookie mistake number 4, not booking fast passes.
The day they release.
If you're staying on property, you can book your fast passes 60 days before your trip. If you're off property, you can book them 30 days before your trip. You need to know what rides to book fast passes on, and you need to get them early. Some of them, like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at Magic Kingdom, it's hard to get a fast pass for that. The wait is 2 hours or more a lot of the time. and you want to get fast passes for it, but they're hard to get. You got to get them. If you don't get them 60 days out, if you try to get a fast pass the week before your trip for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, you're going to be standing in that line. You're not going to get a fast pass for it.
They're just a little more limited. I mean, you can do it, but it's just a little more limited. And you don't want to waste your fast passes. I'm sorry, I think that's the next, or I don't know.
No, you jump it on down. That's another one, but yeah.
One of them, you know, we're going to talk about wasting your fast passes here in a minute, but
we can elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, we'll elaborate on that here in just a minute. But just knowing, and that's all part of planning. You know what days you're going, you know what parks you're going to, you've already got your dining reservations. So when you go in there to make your fast pass selections, there all the times that are available are on there. It's just awesome. It's just easy. You have to have park tickets purchased before then as well. Angela, you are correct. We book our Disney trips usually a year in advance. So you definitely want to have those tickets already purchased, or you can't get those fast passes. You can't just show up and be like, hey, I don't have a ticket. But
and if you've never done it and you're wondering, how to make reservations and how to make your fast passes, do it all in the My Disney Experience app. That app is awesome. It has wait times. It's got when rides are closed. It tells you what restaurants are in the park, where the restrooms are, everything. I mean, it's really a great app. But you on that app can make your reservations the 180 days before on the dining and the 60 days before on the fast passes. That's where you do it. It's real simple. You just can do it on your phone or your computer.
I feel like we could spend like a whole video just talking about My Disney Experience because there's just so much. You can get on the app without even having a reservation. I mean, you have to create your account or whatever, but you can get on there and look. If you're just kind of doing some research, you can look at wait times. You can look at different restaurants. You can look at the different resorts. I mean, it's just really cool. It's a cool app. If you're planning a trip, download it and check it out.
And talking about wait times, Toy Story Land just opened yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
And the wait times for Slinky Dog Dash were hitting over 300 minutes. So, yeah.
I think it was Saturday. But it opened Saturday.
It opened on the 30th. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's the second today. Yeah, so it opened Saturday. 300 minutes. I mean, that's crazy stuff.
I mean, there was wait times like just to get into the land.
People couldn't even get into the land.
Yeah, the wait times were crazy.
But it's not always going to be like that. That was open today.
No, it'll get better.
And that one's going to have online. It's going to be real popular. It's a cool looking coaster.
It does. It's very cool. So rookie mistake number 5. Again, this is just our opinion, but not arriving at rope drop. If you don't know what rope drop is when the park opens. So they pull out a rope so that you can't get by, and rope drop, they actually drop the rope and they let people start getting in. So in my opinion, in our opinion, arriving at rope drop, if you're there early enough, you're at the front of the line, you can get to some of those rides early on so that you don't, if you didn't get a fast pass made or whatever, you can walk on those rides a lot easier. Whereas if you wait and go in the afternoon, there's already thousands of people in the park and there is no walking on a ride.
Yeah, even at rope drop, when you walk up to the rides, you might think, well, the line's long, but you got to understand that it's just the people just arriving. That line is going to move at lightning speed compared to what it used to because the rides are empty. It's just everyone trying to get in at the same time. But rope drop, you'll cut your ride times down to a quarter of what you will 2 hours later.
So again, keep that in mind. We'll talk about it here in just a few minutes when we talk about wasting fast passes. Did I put that on the list? Don't waste your fast pass? I don't think I did.
We could have just talked about it a minute ago.
Rope drop.
Yeah, you did. Just go ahead and talk about it.
So you don't want to waste your fast passes. We're backtracking here a little bit. If you arrive at rope drop, there's rides you're going to be able to just walk onto. When we get there, we head to certain rides and we can get on pretty quickly. So you won't want to use your fast passes for those rides that that you're going to be able to just walk right onto. You're going to want to use those for Magic Kingdom, Peter Pan's Flight. I know that sounds crazy, but that line gets really long.
That one's always popular.
Yeah, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is another one. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and Splash Mountain. Those are all rides that during the middle, the classic rides, the middle and late part of the day, those are going to be rides that are hard to get onto. Those are when you want to use your fast passes. If you're not going to rope drop, absolutely use them for the ones that you must see. But if you're going to arrive at rope drop, you can see some of those hit ones early in the morning. So don't waste those fast passes on 9:15. I don't recommend getting a fast pass for 9:15 because the park just opened. You're going to be able to walk on that ride anyway. And I just feel like it's a wasted fast pass. So just be mindful about what rides that you're doing. And, again, fast passes that, when you pull them up, it kind of gives you different times for them. So just make sure that like when your dining reservations are. If you're using your app, it'll show you, what times. But you just don't want to waste your fast passes if you're going to be able to walk on the ride.
Yeah, and even if it is later in the day, if you walk up to Pirates of the Caribbean and, this happened to us because it was raining and the park kind of cleared out. And we had a fast pass for it in the middle of the afternoon, and we walk up and the wait time was 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Cancel your fast pass and see what else is available. You get a fast pass for something that, later that afternoon, that when it stops raining, the park starts filling back up, or people come out of the restaurants, get a fast pass for another ride.
Yeah.
And just walk onto that one.
Once you use your 3 fast passes, so again, not wasting your fast passes, don't do a 9 o'clock fast pass in the evening, because once you use your 3 fast passes, you can get another one. So if your last fast pass is right at park closed, you're not going to be able to utilize that next fast pass. So do early afternoon. That way you have the opportunity to get another fast pass. Those are going to be limited, but you can snag you another fast pass after you've used your first 3.
Right. And you do it all on the My Experience app. So, there are kiosks in the park to do the fast pass stuff on, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to stand in line for a kiosk. You don't want to mess with that. Use the My Disney Experience app. You do it right there. You can do it while you're in line, waiting for the ride, and you're figuring out your fast pass for the next ride. So,
super easy.
Number 6.
This is his tip.
Head left. That's right. At Magic Kingdom, for whatever reason, the crowds pretty much go right or straight behind the castle to Peter Pan's Flight and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And if you didn't get a fast pass for one of those, by all means, go straight and get on them. But if you're there at rope drop and you're just trying to get on rides early, most people go right. If you go left, you got Jungle Cruise, Pirates of the Caribbean, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Splash Mountain, Haunted Mansion. We just work our way around pretty much in that order and walk right on all the rides and get that side knocked out. And we usually come back around because that's my favorite side of the park. But most people head into Tomorrowland on your right. Head left, the lines would be a lot smaller.
It is so empty over there. You walk in. When we went this last time, it was raining too. So you could imagine it was already kind of shut down over there. There was not a lot of people. And we just walked onto rides. Like Pirates of the Caribbean was a 5-minute wait. Haunted Mansion was a 10-minute wait. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad was a 10-minute wait. Like it was crazy how short the lines were. So definitely head left for those rides because most people, like you said, are going to head right. Unless you didn't get fast passes for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or something like that that's over there that you really want to do, you could go right so that you could see those things, but we usually go left.
Yeah. Well, Angela says that the app won't let you pick a fast pass if you have a dining reservation in that same time frame. So I didn't realize that.
Yes.
But she does the app for me.
I know. I do all of that. It won't let you for the same time, and then it'll warn you if you get too close to it. It'll say, you have a fast reservation close. Are you sure you want to make this selection? So it's super handy. All right, what's the next? Number 7. So wasting your snack credits. Rookie mistake number 7. Do not use one of your snack credits on the dining plan for a bottle of water specifically, but any bottle drink. Yes, they're $3.50, but in our opinion, it's a waste of your snack credit. For one, you can get free water at any quick service. It's not in a bottle. It's in a cup with a lid. You can get a straw, and it is ice water, but bring a bottle with you so you can put your water in there. Get you a couple. Get the kids some.
Or buy just one and then refill it all day with the free water.
Yeah, whatever you need to do, but definitely don't waste your snack credit on a bottle of water. You can get it for free.
If you're gonna, even if you want a snack and a Coke, don't use the snack credit on the Coke. They're they're $3.50, but you could get the snacks $5.99. Save it for something else like that and pay for the Coke out of your pocket. If you have snack credits left over, you can go to the Goofy's Candy Company or anywhere that sells that stuff and buy that candy that's $5-6 a bag instead of the $3 water. It's just more for your money. And that stuff makes great souvenirs, stuff to bring home to your nieces and nephews or cousins or parents or whoever wasn't fortunate enough to get to go with you.
Or you bring it home for yourself, and then you have Mickey candy.
Cherry sours and the Goofy gummy worms. That's what I'm talking about.
I always head over to Riverside and get me some Mickey bars to bring home. God. It's like I don't know. They're just like the best Mickey bars.
Yes, but be warned, if you do bring it home, Mickey lets us know that the calories don't count in the kingdom. Well, if you bring it home, I guess they count. But
straight to your thighs.
But hey, when you're there, calories don't count. So no calories in the kingdom.
Yeah, no calories there. So stock up while you're there before you come home, because it's going straight to your butt.
So while we're talking about food, number 8, and this was my contribution here, because this is my tip.
Rookie mistake number 8.
Not having a Dole Whip. Oh my gosh, if you've never had a Dole Whip.
If you don't even know what a Dole Whip is, you're missing out.
You are missing out. Have a Dole Whip, then you'll have one every time you go from then on. If you're walking through the park and you see concession stands that have stuff, and one has a really long line and the others didn't have that long of a line, that's the one that sells Dole Whip. Because that's the one everyone's in line for.
Yeah, you can get them usually there's only like one place at every park where you can get them.
Every park.
Probably.
I don't think you can get them at Magic Kingdom. They're in Adventureland.
You can get them at Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. And if you're in Animal Kingdom for the adults here, you can get them with rum in them. I'm just saying. Can't do that at the Magic Kingdom, but Animal Kingdom does. But Dole Whip is a citrus soft serve. It's either an orange or pineapple. The classic one's pineapple, but the orange one's good too. You can get it just in a cup as the soft serve, or you can get it inside like an orange soda or a pineapple juice.
They kind of blend it up and swirl together.
That's the way I like to have it.
So good.
Or you can get it with the pineapple juice rum and the Dole Whip, however you want to do it. But if you haven't had a Dole Whip, have a Dole Whip. Trust me.
Use your snack credit.
Yes.
Use your snack credit and get you a Dole Whip. It is amazing, and you'll always want one. At Disneyland, you can only get it at Disneyland. They do not have a place. When we went at California Adventure to get a Dole Whip, the line was crazy long. Get in line.
Yeah.
Get in line. It's so good. It's worth it. Oh, let's see. Rookie mistake number 9 is not allowing for souvenir space in your bag. So I know when you're packing your stuff, you're like rolling your socks and shoving your, small things down inside your shoes. You're trying to make space for all of your stuff in one bag. But if you do that and you don't have any extra space, you have no room for your souvenirs. And trust me, especially if you're going with kids, you are going to have a mountain of souvenirs probably on your way home. Yeah. Most rides end in a gift shop. And so they're all excited because they just came off of Winnie the Pooh, even though they don't really like Winnie the Pooh. And you land up in a gift shop and they're like, oh, Tigger was so cute on the ride. I need a little Tigger to go with me. And he saw Tigger earlier that day. So just be careful. Just be mindful that you're going to have souvenirs. So plan for extra space. What we usually do is we nest a bag inside our bag. So we've got 2 big bags that are our bags. They're pretty big, and we have some smaller bags. And so we nest the 2 smaller bags inside of our big bags. So we only pay for them going out there, just the 1 bag. And then on the way back, obviously if you need to use it, you put your souvenirs in that extra bag, and then you have to pay for it coming back. But it's a lot cheaper to pay $25 extra coming back for that bag that you nested versus $199 on a luggage bag or $60 for a tote bag at Disney and paying for it to come back. Hey, Susie. So definitely nest you a bag or take you a tote bag and fold it up inside your bag. Do something, but plan for needing souvenir space. Susie knows. She's
Yes.
went with us the last in 2016.
And if you
Need
drive, you don't have to
extra
worry
space.
about that. But you've got weight limits on bags. Keep that
Mhm.
in mind. Most airlines are around 50 pounds a bag.
Mhm.
Give yourself extra souvenir space, more than you think. Nest 1 or 2 bags or whatever it is, because them kids are going to see them stuffed animals. They take up a ton of room in your bags,
Yes.
stuff like that. You never know. And if you do buy something heavy, which we've done this before, or something you don't necessarily want the airline throwing around, I guess this is just an extra
Like a
tip I'm
breakable.
throwing in there. You can have it
This one's
shipped home. Yeah, this one's free of charge, not for this tip. Have it shipped home. It's not that expensive. Anything I've bought a couple of, I like the park signs, and I've had them shipped home. Francis bought this huge, expensive statue,
It wasn't expensive.
and they shipped that home. So I mean, you can do that if you don't have room for it in your bag, and or you don't want it shipped. But if it's the stuffed animals and the candy and all the stuff that you bought for your kids, you want to have an extra bag for that stuff. You really do.
Angela, I didn't know that your gift shop would ship it to you home for free. I thought there was still a charge.
Yeah, wow, I did not know that
Didn't know that either.
Great tip.
So what I just got to tell y'all this story. When we went back in 2016, I had never been to Disney, and Kevin's like, we need X amount of money for souvenirs, and we need to take, I don't know, this many bags. And I'm like, we are not taking that much money, and we are not bringing
She didn't
6
understand
bags.
y'all.
And I was like, we're just not doing it. We're only taking like this much. And he's like, no, just trust me. Like, we're taking the kids. Like, they're going to want all of this. Y'all, we spent more than what we took, first of all, which
Always happens to us.
I can't even believe that we did that. But we flew out there with 3 bags, and we flew home. We had nested some bags, thank God. But we flew home with 6 bags and 2 tote bags.
And shipped stuff home.
It's ridiculous.
Frances went crazy though, y'all. She was just
I
like
did not.
running around, just buying everything.
It was crazy. And our kids like literally just wanted something at every gift shop. I'm not kidding. Like, we had a whole bag just full of plushies. We had Pooh, and we had Tigger, and we had Dumbo, Tsum Tsum with the big ears. Like, we had all kinds of stuff. Like, it's just crazy. So just be prepared. Take yourself a bag, extra
Sandra
bags.
says she bought some of these shoes so cheap in El Paso one time that you couldn't all fit in her car. If you shop like Francis did that day, you might not be able to fit all your souvenirs in your car. So you might rent a van or something. I don't
That's
know.
rude, Kevin. So I tell Kevin, I'm like, listen, you haven't bought anything, because I mean, I guess maybe I had spent more money than he had at that point. But that's beside the point. I say, you get this much money and we're going to leave you alone. I went with the kids
In the
and
Star Wars
his
store.
mom, Susie, who's watching right now. And I was like, we're going to just leave you alone in the Star Wars store. You can have this much money, which I thought was very generous.
Like, I can have my money.
I thought it was pretty generous. And I said, just whatever you want. Here's the money. You get whatever you want. And we walked away, and then so we're like waiting for him because we went and, I don't know, met some characters or something. And we're just like waiting, and we're looking, and here he comes walking out of the store. And I'm like, man, he must have got something really big because he had it shipped to the room or had it shipped home. And I'm like, honey, what'd you get? And he's like, nothing.
I couldn't decide. There was too much I liked in the store, and I don't know. I just couldn't pull the trigger on that. I was overwhelmed with the awesome Star Wars stuff. So I didn't do anything.
He was
But
overwhelmed
Francis-
with how awesome it was that he didn't buy anything.
It's weird, but I didn't. When we got home, I was like, man, I should have bought this or I should have bought that. But Frances never had that problem, though. she
Why
never
are
had a
you
problem
on me?
finding something to buy.
I did not buy that much.
Oh, my mom never had that problem either, did you?
Susie, he's
She's
being
watching.
so mean to us.
Well, look, she said she bought so much last time she had to buy a Disney bag, a Disney suitcase.
And she has, she got that cute tote bag.
Oh yeah, that's
So cute.
So that plan to buy. You're gonna shop more than you think you will.
You will.
and this tip's not on there, but Frances is real great. Organizational
throw me
management
under
is
the
her
bus.
thing. She does real good with us. She separates all our money out in separate Ziploc bags before she plans out. Here's the money for kids' souvenirs. Here's yours. Here's mine. Here's how much we're going to need for tips every day.
Here's
how much
our
to tip the
mousekeeping
house. Yeah,
tips.
mousekeeping. Yeah, she really separates it all and plans it out. So we do real good on our budget. But if it was just free reign, we'd be in trouble.
I think the first time we went, it was free reign, and that's why we got in trouble. So when we went this last year, I had little Ziploc bags, and I wrote on there with permanent marker, like, kids' souvenirs and how much was in there. And Kevin had a bag, and I had a bag, and we had a mousekeeping bag, and then we had table service tip bag. Like, we had like 6 baggies that I had written on, and I went to the bank, and I was like, I need this many 5s, and this many 10s, and this many 1s, and this many 20s. And they were happy to do that for me, like, with no, I don't know, they didn't make me feel bad about it. I was like, I'm going to Disney and I want to be organized. I don't want to spend all my money the first day.
Right.
So it was cool. There is a safe, again, extra tip. There is a safe in your room, and you can put the code in yourself. You can pick what it is. So what we did was we took our little baggies, like our tip bags and our mousekeeping bags, and we put them all in that safe because we didn't want to be carrying around that money because you never know, you might spend it. So we kept it in there, and we just pulled out what we needed every day. So I would tell Kevin, okay, we have this many table services, and we need this much tip money, and then we need to set some money out for mousekeeping. So we would go through our little bags and set the money out and tuck it away in his wallet. And we did that. It helped us make sure that we had tip money for the whole trip. So it was nice.
She says she can't wait to do it again. Neither can Frances. That's why I'm about to have to delete the Shop Disney Parks app off her phone.
I already deleted it because I needed room for my LuLaRoe habits.
All right. Let's see, what number are we on here?
I
Number
think
10?
we're on 10.
Number 10, tip for rookies, mistake for rookies or whatever, not sending your purchases to your resort.
Yes.
Okay, if you're staying on property, and this is another reason staying on property is very beneficial.
Reason number 725.
When you buy something in the park, you don't have to carry it around with you. You can have it sent to your resort and pick it up the next day, usually around 1 or 2 o'clock from the gift shop. It's great. Your kids want this stuffed animal, and you don't want to carry it around all day, or you don't want to get wet on Splash Mountain.
And trust me, they're not going to carry it. They might be excited about the biggest Stitch that's there right now, but when you go on the next ride,
they're going to have you holding that Stitch.
Mm-mm.
And you're going to say, why did I ever buy it? So, yeah, it's a great, it really is a great thing. And it's kind of fun to go back to your room and, look through the stuff you bought the day before. Or it's kind of scary when you're like, I didn't remember buying this. I bought more than I thought. There's a downside to it. You got to be careful because you're not carrying it. So it's easy to just buy it, ship it, and forget about it and move on to the next store.
We had linked our credit card the first time we went to our wristbands, and we had done that a few times, and I was like, wait, like, we got to chill. We got to use our cash because it doesn't take it out every time. So when you use your wristband for souvenirs, it charges it to your room. So it doesn't take it out of your account until the last day. So the first day we used our wristbands, but after that we used cash because you can just get yourself in a lot of trouble that way.
Angela says that they use gift cards that they slowly buy for the trips. And so once they're out of the gift cards, they're out of gifts. Me and Frances were literally talking about that this morning. We've never done that.
Yeah.
But we were talking about, like, if you buy the gift cards, we have like the Target Red Card where you get 5% back
on every purchase. 5% off.
Think about if you spent, however much you're going to spend on souvenirs, if you automatically got 5% off of that off the top by buying the gift cards at Target. Well, we're going to try to do that for this next trip. Buy gift cards here and there when we have a little extra money in our pocket, set them aside for the trip, and save 5% right off the top.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a great idea. We haven't done it before, but I like the idea.
Yeah. So our next one, is it my turn? Is it your turn?
Yeah, you might say something real quick about making sure don't do that on your last day.
Oh, yes. So we were talking about sending your purchases to your resort. So you can't do that like the day before you're going to leave, unless you're leaving later. Well, I guess you're checking out at
They're
11.
going to be there around 1 to 3, right around that time. So you don't want to. I mean, if you're not leaving until 6 o'clock that night, you'd probably be all right.
Mhm.
But if you're leaving at noon, don't send something to the room the day before because you're not going to be there to pick it up.
Yeah.
So just something to keep in mind. But it is great, and that will kind of tie into one of the ones here.
Number 11 is
this
so rookie mistake number 11. And this is just my opinion. I hear lots of people say, wait until your last day to buy souvenirs once you've seen everything. And I think that's a mistake. I don't think that you should do that. Again, this is just my opinion, but you're going to see a lot. There is a gift shop everywhere, and you may see this cool little statue or this awesome hat at one gift shop that you're not going to see at another gift shop. So if you're going to Magic Kingdom and you're not going back and you see something, there is a chance that you won't see that anywhere else. Or if you are coming back, they may not have what you wanted. So we always bookend our trips with Magic Kingdom. We start our first day at the parks at Magic Kingdom, and then our last day that we go to Magic Kingdom again. And so I kept saying, I'm going to wait till we come back. I'm going to wait till we come back because I want to, I don't want to spend all my money before I see what's at the parks. And there are some things that I had planned on buying once we got back to Magic Kingdom, but they didn't have my size or they didn't have the one that I wanted. So I was a little disappointed. I definitely don't think that you should wait if it's something that you know that you want, souvenir-wise. If you've been eyeing a purse and you find one that you like, just go ahead and get it. Have it sent to your room. Don't wait until your last day to, I had all my money left. I know. We went to Magic Kingdom, and then I had, all this extra money because I had planned on buying stuff when I got back, and I wasn't able to buy all of it. So our last day, we actually flew out a little later, so we went shopping at Disney Springs, and we were just running around like crazy trying to get, some of the things that I had wanted, or spending, what little money I had left because I didn't buy myself anything. So I definitely don't recommend waiting till the last day. Again, that's just my opinion. If you have any input on that, let us know, but I definitely don't think that's something you should do.
Yep. Rookie mistake number 12 is not using all your meal credits. You pay for the dining plan. Make sure you utilize all those credits. Plan your trip out. Get your reservations. Plan the meals where you want to go. And if you don't get them all used up, if you're there on your last day, transfer them to snack credits and get stuff that you can take home. Just don't let them run out because you're just throwing money down the drain.
Yeah. We had, this last trip, we did the deluxe dining plan because we thought several of the restaurant choices that we had made were 2 credits. A couple of them were, but some of them were not. So we had like 5 extra dining credits. And on the deluxe dining plan, that's a lot. So we had to go through and we made some reservations. We made some breakfast reservations and some lunch reservations. And then there was a couple of places like Yak and Yeti where we just went and hoped for the best, hoped that we could get a table. There was just 2 of us.
It turned out amazing.
Yak and Yeti, I don't feel like is a restaurant that's talked about very much, or it's just not one of those, I don't know, maybe not as popular, or maybe I just hadn't heard about it, but it is one of my favorite restaurants. Yak and Yeti is hands down one of the best restaurants, for sure.
And don't waste your credits. Don't use your table service meal credits for a cheeseburger. Yeah, at the quick service. That's part of the planning. You want to use those. I mean, me and Francis, some of our meals were just for the 2 of us were pushing $200. I mean, it was, you don't want to waste that on a $30 cheeseburger and fries when you get $200 worth of steak and lobster. It's just.
You've paid for your meal plan, so absolutely get those most expensive things on the menu. Don't go, to a sit-down restaurant and order chicken strips. If you love chicken strips, that's great.
You love chicken strips?
I love chicken strips, but I did not eat chicken strips the whole time we were gone, and I was kind of craving chicken strips when we got back. We had to go to Chick-fil-A on the way home, but, don't use your chicken strip meals at your table services. I mean, it's just not a good idea. If you've already paid for the dining plan, get get those expensive things. Get steak and lobster and try stuff that you wouldn't normally try, because either way you've already, I mean, it's all coming out. It's just a meal credit at this point. So get your money's worth. Do not waste those and do not leave them.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Once we're on the meal plan, I scan the menu totally different than I do in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I scanned the menu and looked at the prices.
Yeah.
And I picked
What's
the most expensive. What is the most expensive thing? And I'll see if that's something I want. Because you've already paid for it. I imagine Disney makes tons of money off the people that buy the dining plans and eat chicken strips.
They eat chicken strips. Steak and lobster. Or, you know, some of those dining plans, as much as I loved the deluxe dining plan just for me and him, I will probably never do it again. It is a lot of food. We were eating like 2 and 3 times a day, these big meals. I just ended up like taking it with us eventually because I just couldn't eat anymore.
Once again,
I just couldn't eat anymore.
Their calories didn't count in the kingdom.
Yeah, because we would have gained like 10 pounds. We probably did when we got home, when the calories finally started counting. But definitely just use those, because if, like Kevin said, Disney probably makes, you know, a little bit of money on the people that are just like, I can't eat that much food. I'm not hungry. I'm not going to get anything.
Yeah, well, I didn't make a reservation. I'll just get a burger with them.
Yeah, we'll just go get a quick service burger.
Don't do that.
No, go have steak and shrimp somewhere.
Yeah, go get something good.
Yeah,
and the food there is some of the best you're going to have anywhere. This is not theme park food. This is not amusement park corn dogs and
your quick services are, and your snacks are, but your table service food, they have some really nice restaurants that.
Cellier uses the top 3% of beef in the United States.
We had a porterhouse steak, y'all. I can't even tell you. We had to share it, and it took, I mean, Glossier takes 2 credits either way. So it cost all 4 of our credits for this porterhouse, but there was so much food. Like, there was still steak left. I mean, it was 28 ounces. And then we got, like, lobster mac and cheese and...
Oh, the bread. Oh, yeah, I just don't even know. Some of y'all might.
There was, like, these little French fried onions. Oh, my gosh. It was just amazing.
Anyway, yeah, you don't want to miss out on that because you had chicken nuggets or whatever.
I know what I want for dinner tonight. You're taking me to Glossier.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll give you some round steak. Grill up a...
I want a porterhouse. Porterhouse steak. So, rookie mistake number 13 is over planning. So I know we talked in the beginning about making sure that you plan, but definitely don't over plan. Don't stress. It's Disney. You want to enjoy your trip. You want to have a good time. You do not want to be stressed and running your kids. It's a lot of walking. It's a long day, especially if you're going to do rope drop to fireworks.
Yeah, that's tough on kids.
It is. It's tough.
That's a long, hot, hard day.
Long, hot, hard day. Lots of standing, lots of walking.
And we've never done this, but I hear people do it, and I mean, you can, you know, if you have to do rope drop and you have to do the fireworks, you know, go back to your resort in the middle of the day or get you a dining reservation for your big meal in the middle of the day and take your time and relax and, you know, maybe go back and take a nap and get in the pool and then come back to the parks. You know, we've never done that, but.
We've never done that. I don't think we ever will do that. We try to make sure that we plan time in the middle of the day for a break. So we go somewhere, we sit down, and we have lunch, whether that's quick service or table service, but we
don't rush it.
We don't rush. We spend a good amount of time there just sitting and drinking some water, making sure the kids aren't getting too hot. Let them drink water before they get anything else. We stop at a quick service and get some more water. So we just take some time out during the middle of the day to just have lunch, refuel, take a break. If everybody's getting tired, then just sit and take a break. There's tons of spaces throughout Disney where you can charge your phones, or you can just sit and go find you a Dole Whip, sit in the shade, and just take a break. Definitely don't overplan. Don't rush yourself, because after 2 days of that, you're going to be exhausted. At getting up at 6 and not getting back to the room till 11 or 12, the last thing you want to do is to rush the entire thing.
And don't stress. I mean, if something happens and you missed your fast pass, and you had to wait in a long line, or a ride broke down and you didn't get to ride it, and that's the one you were waiting on. I mean, you're on vacation.
Yeah.
Chill out. Your kid's gonna scream and they're gonna be ungrateful.
They're gonna have meltdowns.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen. And just prepare yourself for it and tell yourself not to stress out. And that
Yeah.
dude in front of you with the awkward looking kid with the big ears, I can't talk. His kid's gonna have a meltdown, and you're gonna have to watch it. Just relax. Don't. You're on vacation. Don't stress about that.
Every parent is sitting there saying, like, I feel their pain. We kind of people watched this last trip. I felt kind of weird, but we were just like, look at those people with those kids that are having a meltdown. That would be us, but we don't have our kids.
Yeah.
So
thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Susie. I mean, but just expect that. Just try to relax, enjoy it. If you get an hour window for those fast passes, so go on time or go a little later. If you're running late, just call. Like if you have a dining reservation, we had one and we were running late because of the rain. We were trying to get on a boat, but then they shut it down, so we had to go to a bus. Anyway, we called the place where we were going to eat and just said, hey, we had trouble because of the Disney transportation. We're going to be late. And they were perfectly fine with it. Like, they will try to accommodate you the best they can. Now, they're probably not going to hold it for an hour and a half because you overslept. But if there's something going on, if it's Disney transportation or whatever, just relax. Enjoy yourself. You've planned this trip and you have spent a lot of time on it. Just enjoy it. Let your kids enjoy it. It's going to be fun. Get them some ice cream. There's ice cream on every corner at Disney. Just take
most of it's Mickey shaped, and it tastes better when it's Mickey shaped.
It does. It does taste better Mickey shaped.
But I mean, things are going to happen. I guarantee. When we went to Disneyland, there was one ride in particular. I wanted to ride more than anything else on the whole trip. I was looking forward to it more than anything. And we showed up, and it was closed. It was shut down for refurbishment. And I was disappointed, but we're on vacation. We're there. There's so much to do. You can't stress out about it.
We didn't let that ruin our whole trip.
Yeah.
We just went with it, and
you're on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Just have a good time.
Yeah. Just expect, like Angela says, expect the heat, expect the crowds, expect the rain. Just know what you're getting yourself into, and you're going to have a great time. It's so much fun. It's an experience that you will never forget. Don't stress. Don't overplan yourself. Leanna, we will repost it so you can definitely watch it from the beginning when we get done.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, I've talked to a lot of people that said they hated Disney. They hated going. It was nothing but lines and screaming kids. I mean,
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. You got to think about when you're going, plan your trip, look at crowd calendars, and if that bothers you that much, you might want to try to go during one of the not the peak seasons. If you don't care about the screaming kids and the long lines, and you would rather see the Christmas parade and the holiday party, by all means, do it. They're awesome. So, just know that's what you're in for. And trust me, it's a good time.
It is a good time. You're going to have so much fun. Just enjoy it. It is like the best vacation. Kevin kept telling me before we went back in 2016, like, you're going to have so much fun. You're going to love it. It's going to be where you want to go all the time. And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm excited about going, but
you have to experience it.
Cool. Like, I'll probably never want to go back as long as, as soon as I just want to see it one time, and then I'll be fine.
And then now she's hooked.
I feel like I could live there.
Now she wants to be DVC.
I want to be DVC, which is a whole nother video. Angela and I could talk about it all day. I'm going to join Angela in the DVC world.
Oh,
yes.
Don't
take me with you.
Don't put thoughts into her head.
Okay. Anyways, I think that's all of our rookie mistakes that you don't want to make on your Disney trip. Again, those are just our opinions. That's just how we feel about, our trips to Disney. So if you have any comments or any input that you want to leave, feel free to leave your comments below. Make sure you like and share our page. We're also going to be sharing our videos to our channel on YouTube, so you can follow us there and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. We're just excited to see where our little videos and tips go.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, go to Disney.